This is Luke Simons, and I have Mr. James Sauer out here today.
How you doing, guys?
And he's been part of the community really since day one, it seems like. And James has been awesome about organizing just fun meetups, really all around Florida. You've done both, Atlantic,
Jacksonville, Atlantic side. We're going to do north. We're going to be going to Pensacola this year. I mean, Mosquito Lagoon's coming up. So
yeah, so he's been doing these out of the goodness of his heart. I'm literally just a super nice guy. And so just as a thanks to everything he's done is that we're actually giving him this paddleboard. So I literally just brought it down here. We're down in Hudson, Florida, close to where he lives, and we're gonna go out there. First, I'm delivering it to him. So yeah, congrats, man. And we're gonna go out here and fish as well. So we have tough conditions, no clouds at all.
Yeah, bluebird skies.
Yeah, cold front is pushed in, and temperature's down. The water's really low. So we're gonna get out here and hope for the best. But first of all, yeah, thanks again for all you've done. And let's go catch some fish.
Let's do it.
All right, and we're off. First time paddleboarding?
Yeah.
Oh man, looking like a natural already. Oh, I just missed one. Stingray's coming right up to me. Check those out. Cow nose rays. No cobia.
So no luck at the first spot, but then when I went out to go to spot number 2, on the way I saw a big old redfish.
Giant red. He knows something's up. See if I can get a cast to him. That's definitely an overslot red. Dang it. Alright, I'll see if I can get up there close to him again. That's a big redfish. Whew.
Unfortunately, I was not able to track down that big old redfish. I was super bummed. That was it was definitely like a mid 30-inch red. It would have been awesome to catch. But anyway, so spot number 2 was this protected cove, and that was where I had noted just from doing some online research, got on the satellite maps. This was the type of spot that I generally like to target after cold fronts come in, so I was pretty confident on it, even though I'd never, obviously never been in this area before. And so we went there, fished these docks. We basically fished every type of structure in this cove, and still didn't have any luck, at least nothing good.
I was hoping to be able to get a snook or something out of here, but nothing.
All right, so spot number 2 was a bust as well, and so now at this point the wind was starting to pick up. So I was starting to get worried that this was going to be just a very slow fish catching trip. But so at this point we decided to divide and conquer. So I went out and checked out the open flat to see kind of by where that big redfish was earlier to see if there were some more. And then James went off and checked out a protected shoreline, and fortunately I looked up and I saw that he had some action. He waved me over.
Nice work, brother. On the board. Solid trout. What did it hit?
DOA paddle tail.
Sweet.
Second, right here.
All right, nice work, man.
Yep.
On the board. Oh, plenty lively.
Yep.
Yeah, so I joined James over in this flat. I got out and I was waiting. I just tied the board to myself. Here, I'd finally hooked up.
I got something. Another, looks like a nice trout too. Probably a little bit smaller than the one you caught, but good trout. That's a fat trout. Golly. How fat this guy is. That thing is fat. Oh, there's a pretty trout right there. All right, on the board. Nice trout. Finally, on the board. Solid trout. Let's see what else is out here. Another trout. Not as big as I thought, but it's a decent one. There's solid trout there.
So here's the lure I was using. It was just a 5-inch, soft plastic jerkbait, rigged on a weighted hook, and I put a link down below for these hooks. These are awesome, and they're just essential for covering the shallow grass flats. So as I was going, checking out some areas, I saw this bobber, and it had a bunch of line on it. So I always want to leave the environment better than I found it. I hope that all of us fishermen do this. And so I grabbed that, and the hook was in there really good. And there was like 20 feet of line up there in the mangroves.
This line out of here. Well, you gotta pick up trash, leave it better than you found it. Got a bonus bobber.
So as I continued down the shoreline, James had stayed, and it was really covering more of that trout flat, and caught a couple more nice trout. And so I went around this point and found this little wind protected cove, and I saw some bait there, so decided to give it a shot. And as far as just an overall lesson, it's just very important to keep your eyes peeled. That's another benefit of paddleboard fishing. You're standing up. I was just kind of had my head on a swivel, and because you never know when the next opportunity is going to come up. In this case, it came in the form of a stingray.
Ooh, there's a nice cobia on him. Cobia right there on the ray. Let's see if he eats it. Oh, it's a solid cobia.
Unfortunately, I was not able to get that cobia to eat. I just love catching cobia, so I was super bummed. But in many cases, those stingrays will kind of go in circles. So I hadn't given up yet. I was really just combing the area for another shot.
Ooh, there it is.
That was a terrible cast. I thought it was going to keep going away from me, and it just kind of went off to the right. So I quickly reeled up, made another cast out there ahead of where it was going, and it was just hoping to feel that strike. So super bummed again. I could not get this cobia to eat. In many cases, they'll eat anything, but sometimes they're just total lockjaw. But I continued searching. James came out as well. We were just looking for this cobia, just hoping to get it to finally eat.
There it is, right here, dude. Right here. Coming towards you. Cast it to that side of me. Every time I've gone right over it, and it spooks them.
Well, unfortunately, that cobia was just not cooperating. I had 3 shots at it and just could not get it to strike, but it was just such a fun time. It's always just thrilling to get opportunities like that, and shortly after that, I had to get on the road. It was just a short trip, just fished for about 3-4 hours up there, so it was just a great time. Had some big old trout. That was it's always fun to catch. Had some really cool opportunities, a big old redfish. It was probably about 35 inches. And then that nice cobia, and just an overall just great time fishing with James. And James, thanks again for all that you've done. You've brought a lot of anglers together through your meetups. We hope you enjoy that paddleboard. And for you community members, I'll put a link down below where I get into the trip dissection. We're going into the low-level details on Google Maps, show the exact types of areas that we're holding fish. That way you can just look for those same types of areas in your region during those same types of conditions. So link down below for that, and I'll also put a link down below for the weighted hook that I found to be the best for presenting soft plastics up in the shallows where there's structure. Whether it's seagrass or oysters, this has been a total game changer. The only bad thing is that they're hard to find. And so we went ahead and just bought them in bulk, so that way you have an opportunity to get them if you don't yet have any. So anyhow, thank you so much for your time and watching this video. Leave a question down below if you have any. Otherwise, I hope you can get on the water soon and catch some big ones.